Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Solutions Brewing Podcast. My name is Steve, and I'm joined this week with Rob and Brendan. And we're going to be talking about the weekend event we were at, Augtoberfest, which they will be describing to me all of their the joys and displeasures that happened while they're on the road up there and on the way back, because I didn't make it. I was deathly ill, so I...
Glad to see actually you're back to full health, by the way.
Yeah, I was completely knocked out for Thursday, Friday, and even a bit of Saturday it was Sunday before I was actually back to normal. So there's no way in heck that I could have stayed up on my feet for 8 hours. There's just no way.
That's okay. Truth be told, I was having a rough go of it too. I was actually in pain for the last few days prior to that, so the Thursday, Friday, I was having a lot of abdominal pain.
Oh, geez.
This is courtesy of my recent surgeries, but good thing at least two of us were there. I did okay for the afternoon session, but the evening session was really
a little rough.
Tough. I was, I don't know how to describe it. So basically, this surgery makes me, for whatever, I go through this cycle. I'm constipated for 2-3 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then the dam breaks, and then I'm in the washroom for 2-3 hours. Okay,
it's all coming out at that point.
Yes, and this happened at the evening show. So,
oh, fun.
so I'd be there. I was trying so hard to I could feel my guts gurgling and moving around and stuff. I'm I'm in so much trouble. And I'm there trying to talk to people at the same time because they'd already come up. I'm oh my gosh, I can't just throw these people away and just be move.
Here's your beer, gotta go.
Just throw the beer at them or something like that. No,
pour it yourself.
Yeah. And it's
hey, take this can, pour 4 ounces and go.
Take the can, go. Yeah. So anyway, so it was a good thing that if I was there by myself, it would have been fucked. But and I did this again too.
Also, you can't lift more than 10 pounds, so that would have been challenging too.
Sorry, what was that?
You can't lift
you are
more
so
than...
much louder now.
I know. You know what? It's because I keep pushing my mic away normally, because if it's right in front of my face, then it's also in front of my keyboard, and it's obviously can't work that way. Doesn't make for good podcast sound quality. Brendan just did the same thing.
Yeah,
I could see his mic. He moved his mic in front of the camera.
It's all just for show. It doesn't move.
I'm going to move mine a little bit closer too.
Oh, Jesus!
I don't want to feel left out.
Now we can all raise our volume at the same time. Yeah.
Good God, this is an exciting podcast.
Anyways,
you know how you know I'm a professional?
Anyway,
listen,
so
everyone,
Brendan,
this is a perfect episode of what not to do for podcasting. If you listen to our podcast, don't do what we do.
Yeah, don't do it. Take it from us professionals. Do not do this.
No, that was the hidden, never to be see the light of day dog episode.
Yeah. That'll go down in infamy. Anyways, so Brendan, for the lovely people who are listening, what was Augtoberfest?
Thanks for pulling us back on track, Steve.
Yeah, there we go.
Augtoberfest was a beer sampling event set up in St. Albert, and it was actually to raise money for a charity, Misfits of Alberta, or Alberta Misfits.
Misfits of Alberta, yeah. Animal shelter.
An animal shelter, animal rehoming, basically doing a lot of good work to try to save pets who might be going off to some other farm or something like that. So it's kind of cool. We were set up in, not St. Albert. I keep saying St. Albert. It wasn't in St. Albert. It was in Stony Plain.
Yeah.
All of Edmonton's bedroom communities start with S, and it confuses the hell out of me.
Yeah. Sherwood Park, Stony Plain, St. Albert,
Spruce Grove,
yeah. but not Leduc or Nisku.
No, those are just industrial warehouses. Anyway, so we were set up in Heritage Park in Stony Plain. They have a little community center there, which is really cool.
A nice building.
Yeah. I think there were 19 breweries and half dozen other vendors.
Okay, so 25 people or
25 booths
total.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of the booths are just straight up advertising. One of them was a liquor store. One of them was a fishing and tackle.
Well, it is central to northern Alberta, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They were the sponsors for the event.
Yes. Yeah. And they must have known me really well because the Nutman, which is a candy store, was literally right beside our booth. And I bought 5 bags of candy.
we get there, we get set up, and then I turn
good.
around and Rob's already pulling through all the different packages. Like,
Yeah.
shows up with a bag of candy. Come back an hour later, he's got 2 more bags of candy.
Yeah.
And then Rob's like, "Oh, the guy's gonna give me a great deal. Buy one, get one free." Next, I was like, "No, Rob, he has a buy 4, get the 5th one free deal."
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I already bought 3, so
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, dude, I'm already in for an ounce, in for a pound, or whatever.
That guy was pretty chill though. He kept coming by to sample the beer. Like he had bought a 10 tickets or something. Every now and then when there was nobody at his booth, he'd be like, "Well, I'm going to go for a wander. I'm going to grab a beer from you guys and go see what's happening."
Okay, so like I was going to say the ride up was fine and all that, even though you had to get up on the road by like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up Rob at 8:15 or something. Ran out to the ranch, picked up the beer off. Drive up was good. Little traffic, nothing terribly exciting. Although we were commiserating because it was a beautiful day in the air.
Yeah,
A nice sunny day. So Rob and I were kind of driving. We're like, man, if only Steve was feeling better, he could have driven the truck.
Yeah, we're like,
I could have flown. Rob could have taken his bike.
Yeah, we're like, Steve really fucked this up for everybody. Brendan could have flown his plane. I could have rode my motorcycle up, and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I really did screw that up.
But yeah, it was fine. Got up there. The unload was fairly casual. Of course, we parked in the parking lot, and I carried all the coolers and the beer and stuff in. And when I was grabbing the last box with 2 flats of beer on it, like our blue box with all the tablecloth and stuff like that in there,
Yeah,
somebody else pulls up and they're like, "Oh, you can pull right up to the load and bay door, right?" I was like, "You know what? I'm already like half an hour into my workout. I might as well finish."
Yeah, it was like one more load to do, anyways. Yeah.
Oh, that's just great, guys.
And then she was like, "Oh, do you want to borrow my dolly for it?" I was like, "No, leg day."
Never skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
Never gonna skip leg day. So got set up. Pictures of the booth went up on the socials. And yeah, it was pretty chill session. So the 2 sessions, afternoon session from 12 till 4, and then 5 to 9.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I remember us looking at the timetable, and it's like, oh, we actually get out, at 9 instead of 10. So it's like, oh, you can actually get packed up, back on the road, reasonably easy to get out.
No, the show ended at 9, but because of the unique way of how.
So we should explain that before we get into this.
Probably,
okay.
Yeah.
So for most of our beer fests and other shows that we go to, we bring however much beer we need, either purchased through, like for Calgary and Edmonton Beer Fest, it's through Sobeys because they sponsor that event, and then that's all just purchased product that's available for distribution, and then at the end of the day we just pack up whatever is left and we take that into our inventory.
Yeah.
In this case, it was a little different. The venue was actually, the way that their licensing was going to work is the venue was to purchase all the beer that was coming on site.
Okay.
And then we would take tickets for samples and all that. And then at the end of the night, they would return whatever beer was unopened, and we would issue a cash return to them for the beer that was returned. So it created this other step where they have to be very careful about their accounting of what comes into the show
and what leaves
very
the
accounting
show.
of what leaves the show. And to the point where they're like, well, what's your minimum size that you will actually be able to put on your invoice? Is it a 4-pack? Is it a flat? Is it a truckload?
Okay.
So what this meant is that at the end of the night, after we got everything packed up, the actual pack up was real quick because we like our booth pretty set up now.
Yeah.
But they had to come and grab all the unopened beer, which was a little annoying because all of our beer we always keep in the coolers at the booth, so that's cold. And had taken all the sleep. Basically, I had to go grab some more flat packs so that we could throw them into the proper cardboard boxes so that they could take them away and count them. And then you had to go receive your beer from the accounting station, which created this just lineup of people trying to get out of there and grabbing some of their beer. And I mean, we brought 8 flats total, sold about half of it. and recovered the other half. Okay, that's not too much. There are some people there that had carts and carts of beer. I don't know how much they brought to the event.
Holy man!
But and it was tough because it was an inaugural event. We don't know how much you were going to sell. I mean, it's not going to be as big as Calgary Edmonton Beer Fest. It's just not that size of venue. But you could tell I don't know. I think there's a lot of learnings in terms of how that went and how long it took to get out of the event space at the end.
Yeah, because like again, it's Stony Plain. It's not like Edmonton itself or anything like that. So you wouldn't be expecting huge, big numbers. But like, yeah, I bet some of those larger outfits, they just pack up the truck and go sort of thing.
There were some Edmonton people that came that were there, right? There are people from Spruce Grove, Stony Plain.
Yeah, people traveled from around. They weren't just local.
But like that. Some of those larger outfits were just like, oh yeah, like just bring the usual, because like we've seen at like some of the other beer fests, like they'll bring in like 10 flats of each of their beers. Like I think
SYC is the worst.
Yeah, SYC just brings in like
they're hilarious.
All the beer, and then they truck out
all the beer.
Yeah, like 80-90% of that beer gets trucked out. So
they're the best for tradesies, though.
They're definitely the best for tradesies.
So, but this is another impact of the way that this is run. Is tradesies is basically eliminated because you don't own the beer.
Yeah.
So they're coming to collect it, and in this case in particular, like this was all run for charity, so everybody's trying to be as honest and as forgiving for the charity as possible, right? But yeah, so we're waiting in line for the beer and all that sort of stuff, and there were a few other brewers. I was like, "So are we doing tradesies in the parking lot, guys?" Everybody just kind of laughed and no, we loaded up the truck and drove home.
Okay, so you were supposed to get out of there at 9, and it was probably closer to 10 by the time everything was ready to go.
It was like 10:30.
Yeah, gross.
And then I made the incredibly wrong decision to take the hen day.
Oh yeah, don't take the hen day.
Stuck at a construction spot for half an hour.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that's.
You also got gas at the slowest pumps in the world.
Oh yes, yeah. Like wow, gas here is 15 cents cheaper than everywhere else. I wonder why.
It takes twice as long to get the gas.
Oh, that's why nobody's bought a tank here in like 3 weeks, because it's the slowest fucking pumps in the world.
But I was gonna say, it's know this from family that's been up there. But yeah, never take the hen day at night, because there's always some construction somewhere, and you're gonna hit it or something like that. It's unfortunately it's bad, but.
I felt bad driving back because I couldn't stay awake, so I fell asleep while Brendan was driving. But...
And then Brendan took a quick nap, on that long stretch between Leduc and Lacombe or whatever.
All right, dude's nice and straight. You just set the wheel.
Yeah, like the classic Simpsons.
It's pretty straight
episode.
until you get to Red Deer, right?
Yeah, Red Deer is when it starts getting a little curvy again. So.
No, it was a long night, but that's why they make extra tall, extra black coffees.
That is true. So, but how was the show itself? Like, I know at least one of our friends, our local friends, was there. 948, I think.
948 was them, and kudos to them. They also won the People's Choice Award.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Best in show. Although I was saying to Steph afterwards, I was like, they had a really good beer, but I kind of want to see the breakdown by brewery, because he had to vote for both the brewery and the beer.
Oh.
So I wanted to see, like, because I think we had a good spread of people who liked all three of our beers.
That's true. We do make amazing beers.
Now 948 also makes good beers. They might have had a similar spread, but I'm always curious. Whenever these competitions, I'm just an engineer. I want to see the data behind it. I want to try to rearrange it.
Give me the breakdown. But like any other like people you didn't recognize, or any unfamiliar faces there?
Not unfamiliar. There was a guy who runs an Instagram account. His name's oddly enough Steve as well. Beer Reviews Yeg, Y-E-G, right? So Edmonton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
he was there.
Yeah, he was there. I gave him our 2 afternoon tickets. Yeah. So he brought a buddy. His name was Todd, and they came around and sampled the event. They had a good time too. So. And then in the evening, we gave him to Barry and his wife.
Yep. Yeah, he sent me a picture as I was just lying on the couch on Saturday. And I was like, there we go. He found it. He did. He said our Friends Night Out is the best beer we've made yet,
Yeah,
in his opinion. So
it's because it's my recipe.
He's trying to butter you up. But okay, so any interesting interactions or anything? Did anyone just like lose their mind about how good of our beer was or anything?
No.
There were a lot of positive comments.
Actually, there were some people that got really crazy about the amber ale, the Kiss amber ale.
Again, that's it. It always happens. It's our consistent seller. It doesn't, do these big numbers or anything like that. But when people have it, they absolutely love it. It's just how it goes.
But it's nothing compared to how many people keep asking about the goddamn stout at a show. And this drives me nuts.
Oh man, you have a stout, all the stout. Oh, it's sold out.
What we need to do is, because like
we just need to cover that section of the fridge, or not even show that fridge door.
put the fridge away. What we actually need to do is we need to find like a much smaller brewery to do a production run of stout.
I know a good one that's got a half barrel system. It'd be perfect for these shows.
maybe a bit bigger than a half barrel.
If you could sell more than 8 cases at a show, like good on you, man. But I don't think we've been to a show yet where we'd sell more than 8 cases of stout.
No, we haven't been there, but we need to do a very small production run of the stout just to keep it around for the shows, because like we'll bring a flat.
Funny thing is, we did.
Well,
we have 20 liters of stout sitting in our cooler.
Yes, we have.
That was brewed for this show,
just for this show, and they're like, we can't do kegs. I was like,
oh yeah, you're right.
Last minute, and it was just.
Yeah, it was cans only. So
what we need to do is to get our canning shit in order, so that we can can stuff for shows like this. Because otherwise, bringing the keg is a great way to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And we just couldn't get to that point, unfortunately.
I didn't keep track, but there were at least, I don't know how many people came up asking, like, oh, there's a stout. I'll have the stout. Be like, sold out. Sold out. Now, it made people think it was also really good because it was sold out, even though we never brought it to the show.
Actually, yeah, that was about halfway through the evening show. They're like, wow, they sold out of it already. And the one guy's like, wow, there was an afternoon show too. Oh, I guess that makes sense. And I was like, don't say anything, Brendan.
Admit nothing.
And then 948 came over at the end of the night. They're like, oh, wow, you sold out of the stout, guys. Good on you. And I went, or was it ever really here?
A figment of everyone's imagination.
Yeah. So it's one that really bugs me, because every time you got a show, people are like, oh, someone brought a dark beer, someone's got a stout, and they go crazy for it. But no one will ever buy it at a liquor store, which is why we don't stock it, because it doesn't move off the shelf, even though it's like you call it like a fan favorite.
Yeah. It just doesn't move, and it's so that disconnect is so perplexing, because you're like, if you guys just bought it, it'd be here all the time, but you don't buy it, so we don't have it.
No, Steve, don't blame the customers.
That's true. In this case, it was unfortunately the AGLC's fault. So,
well, damn bastards! It's not their fault either.
It is their fault. It's for the license that they gave this event. Like, instead of again being able to.
No, that's just for this specific event. That's not the reason why stouts don't move.
No, but I am going to blame the AGLC for this particular instance of missing out on the stout.
So, pending clarification and verification of the rules, we should have that 20-liter keg of stout at the Taste of the Highlands.
Yes.
So if you're one of these people that's come to the festival, you're looking for a stout, and you want to see that fridge of ours without a sold-out sign on the stout, Taste of the Highlands is your show.
If not, I have an idea.
Oh.
Not Rob has a solution.
Yeah, that's right. 948 and Atlas both have can fillers, so we could just take some cans,
Bring the keg.
go there, bring the keg.
We could just do that.
I mean, 20 liters isn't going to be very much. It's going to be like one flat, but
Two flats.
whatever.
Oh, we might have to do that then in the meantime while we're trying to get our canning situation set up. We'll just wander over, order a couple beers, can it all, and then just head back the other way.
It'll probably take us more time to set it up than it will be to actually can the 20 liters.
Yeah.
But it'll be done.
No, I think that might be a good idea. Does he actually have a label applier as well?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. And we can just do that all.
They both do.
Right. But let's see if the keg works, because if we can bring the keg, then it's the least amount of work for everybody. And we can still go to Atlas for beers if you want to.
Step 1, learn the rules.
Step 1, learn the rules.
Step 2,
Step 2,
circumvent rules.
Yeah. Say the rules are stupid and circumvent them. But again, speaking of which, Taste of the Highlands is going to be 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks will be, let's see,
a week and a half.
Week and a half.
When this comes out, a week and 2 days.
Is it the long weekend or the weekend after the long weekend?
Long weekend.
It's on the 2nd.
It's on the 2nd? Oh crap! Well, yeah, that's a week and a half away.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we'll be out there. We'll be slinging beers, and we will, again, at least 2 of us will be wearing kilts.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
We have a concept for Tim. Sorry.
Yes, we have a concept for Tim.
Ooh, I'm excited to see what that turns out to be.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think I actually have some scrap kilt material from my
it's either that or a plaid shirt that you don't care about. We'll just like cut the strip around.
No, because when I got my kilt made, they of course, there's always leftovers, but they give you the leftovers if you want to do something with them. So I'll have to check because I still have the kind of the suit thing it came in, and there should actually be scrap material that I can cut and we can fashion him a kilt.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. I will go dig it into my closet just after the podcast is over. Then
sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So, all in all, was it worth it going all the way up to Stony Plain and do this charity event?
I think so. I don't know if I quite enjoyed the drive back after. I would probably crash at a cousin's or friend's place or something.
In the future, sort of thing.
Couch surf for one night.
Yeah. I think next time I'd stay the night somewhere. Get up early and drive home early.
Yeah, exactly. That's way easier.
Get home at the same time I woke up anyway, so
yeah, it's a lot safer too.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that'll be a good plan for next time at least.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So Rob, if this picture that was posted on the social medias, where can such people find it?
Man, I'm getting picked on for this a lot here.
I know. So you gotta be quicker on the ball. I'm
going to change the order that I do this now. So you can send us an email, noproblems@solutionsbrewing.com,
mm-hmm.
or you can go to our website, solutionsbrewing.com, and go to the contact us page and reach us that way. Or you can reach us on social media at Solutions Brewing Co. And that's good for Instagram and Facebook.
Excellent. And just one other note before we wrap up here. We will be featured in the Sobeys flyer, not for this week's...
31st, I think?
Yeah, it's starting on the 31st to the 5th, I think it is. We'll be... Yeah, until the 5th. Oh, 6th, I think. We will be the beer of the week across the province. And so far, we've had our pre-commit starting, and it has been strong. So,
is this beer of the week, or is this their buy local thing they did last?
It's the buy local.
The buy local beer of the week.
Okay, because beer of the week should be sometime next year.
Yeah, that one's usually around springtime.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll be being featured, and it'll be like yeah, we've just like we're
So
already
lots
up
of IPA there, folks. Friends
a
night
lot.
out,
Friends night out. It's being featured, and
province wide. Yeah.
yeah, we're almost down a skid so far. We're almost or halfway through a skid so far. So that's very good news.
The Sobeys order game is strong.
Yes, it is very strong. So we're happy to see that go out the door, and they'll be into stores very, very soon. So, yeah.
We actually feel like a brewery when we see sales like that.
I know. It's like it's like this
Makes
is what
it
the
all
big,
worthwhile.
Yeah.
yeah. Is this what the big boy breweries look like? Is this
No,
like
it's still peanuts.
their week look?
They get upset about these numbers.
Yeah. You look at us, we're like, holy crap, we can actually like pay off some of our equipment. This is amazing. And have money for the next brew.
Anyone
It's
else are
awesome.
probably like, this is too small, and they just pull out of the market. They're like, we'll go somewhere else.
That's how we build our market share.
And then
boys.
we like raise our hand. We're like, ooh, pick me.
Pick us.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a wrap for an episode. So, look out for those beers on your local Soapies and Safeways in about a week's and a half time. And yeah, we'll talk to you everyone next time.
Yep.
Bye.